Hey everyone, happy Friday. I have seen a couple people asking lately for some new recipes to try just because we're all home, we're not going out to eat. Maybe we're cooking more than we normally do. So I actually shared a video showing you how to make my quinoa and chicken salad a few months back. And I know many of you reached out to me and said you tried it and you loved it. I am making it again today so that we can have it as a quick grab in the fridge over the weekend because it does keep for quite a few days. But I'm gonna make it a little bit different. So I'm gonna show you what I'm going to do. I made my quinoa already and it has cooled. I went by the package instructions. I think it was 2 cups of water to 1 cup of quinoa. Another little trick on this is you can replace one of the cups of water with veggie broth or chicken broth. It gives it a little bit more flavor. So I have my quinoa. I had the Publix Greenwise, hey, Tanner and Tally. Sorry, my dogs are wrestling. I had the Publix Greenwise organic chicken tenderloins and I just fried those up in a pan really quick and then shredded them. You can also use a rotisserie chicken for this. Normally I do, but I had these and so I'm using them. I'm putting them in. I do not measure. I also have already sliced up all of my veggies. So I have cucumber here. This is something new, which is the radish. We're gonna make this one a little bit spicier, if you will. So I had some radishes, I've diced those up, and then I also have onion, which normally goes in it. I'm not gonna chop the onion on camera this time and wear goggles and cry. So I'm gonna dump all of that in with the chicken and the quinoa, and I will show you what this looks like when it is done. Our garden is filled with all sorts of greenery right now, one being cilantro. So normally this recipe calls for mint. That's actually what I use, but my husband wanted me to use the cilantro. He wants, again, that little bit of spice today. So I've already chopped up my cilantro. I'm gonna put that in. Tanner, Tally, stop, please. Deep breaths, deep breaths. I've got my lemon, so I'm gonna squeeze the juice of a whole lemon in here. Yeah, watch me. Stop wrestling and fighting and snorting and doing all those things. Oh my gosh, I tell you what, I don't know about you all, but the dogs are starting to get to me just as much as the kids are. No, they've been pretty good. I know they love having us home, but they're starting to drive me a little crazy. You want to make sure you get all of the juice out of your lemon. You can even add, if you really like it lemony, I actually have a half of a lemon here already cut up from the other day. So I'm going to also use a little bit of that. Make sure you take the seeds out first because you don't want the seeds, but you can really go off of your flavor and what you like. But I think a lemon and a half should be plenty. Just really use those muscles. Good thing I did arms today. My muscles are pumped up. And then you'll mix all that up, okay, or mix it a little. Then you can use whichever oil, avocado or olive oil. I don't know. I kind of like the olive oil taste, so I'm going to go with olive oil, but really avocado would work great too. So you want to add some oil. Again, if I had to guess, I'd say probably about 1/4 cup. And that is something that as you keep it in the fridge, because this will keep for a good 3-4 days, if it starts to dry out, just add a little bit more oil. I also put a splash of vinegar in it. I'm going to use apple cider today. You can use white vinegar. You can use red wine vinegar. I don't really suggest balsamic, but otherwise you can pretty much use any vinegar. And again, if it gets dry after you've had it in the fridge for a few days, you can just add a little bit more vinegar, oil, lemon, anything like that. Then I'm gonna use just a little bit of garlic salt. Put that in. I'm gonna do some pepper. I'm gonna do a little bit of regular salt. Again, sorry, I don't measure. Just gonna have to kind of go to taste. And that is literally, oh, I forgot my feta. Now, if you want to be dairy free, you do not have to add feta. I like a little bit of feta, so I am going to add my feta, but you don't have to have the feta. I have sometimes made this and just not had feta on hand, and it tastes perfectly fine without it. But look, I want to have a little cheese today, so I'm gonna allow it. And then that's it. It is so simple. Besides cooking the chicken, or if you're using a rotisserie chicken and having to shred it, the only real part that takes a few minutes is cooking the quinoa, and then you just mix it all together and it looks like this. The radish adds a little bit of color to it, and it is yummy. It is delicious. I have seen people add olives to it. You could add, I guess, another vegetable like squash or zucchini if you really wanted to, but this is what we will be eating for the next few days in our house. So if you make it, let me know what you think of it, and if you enjoy it, have a great day.